In this lecture, we are going to be talking about the power of positive thinking. It is a guide to positive rational thinking through REBT. By default, one of the main reasons why you are taking this course is because one way or another, you do want to feel more positive. Everybody wants to be more optimistic. Everybody wants to be more positive in general. Now, positivity is highly correlated with rationality and rational thinking. When you use your rationality properly, you want to use your sense of rationality to find as many positive cause and effect correlations. What is the problem, and what can you learn out of it? What is this cause of the problem? And can you rationally build upon a positive side of this cause? And finally, the effect. What are the positive effects and opposed to the negative effects that are kind of the consequences and the result of whatever events that happened? Or believe it or not, you can also use irrationality to reinforce positive thinking. Instead of taking into consideration and analyzing what is rational, pause for a second and try to think about what is irrational in your analysis. You're using irrationality in a way where you will eliminate all problems, cause, and effect related to this irrationality and replacing them by default by rational, positive thinking. Let's take an example. You failed a course. The problem is you failing the course. The cause, per se, is the professor is a tough grader, and the effect is seeing your GPA dropping drastically. If we think in a negative way, we will think about ourselves as failures. They will think that we can never pass this class because the professor is a tough grader, and we will start having these feelings of shame, which will overall put us in a very negative state of mind. But let's pause for a second and think about it from a positive way. If you use your rationality to think about it, well, the problem is you failed the course. What can be the positive side of it? Well, maybe failing this course will give you the motivation to prevent yourself from failing in future courses. The cause is your professor is a tough grader and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, if you think about it rationally, why did some people pass the course if the professor is such a tough grader? As simple as it is, realistically, they studied harder. They understood better. They participated in class more. They did their assignments more efficiently. Whatever the reason is, there's a realistic reason why those people passed the course and you didn't. So positive thinking can be you going to these people who passed the course and ask them, how did you study for it? What did you do? What did you have to know to pass through the course? And then you'll learn. And the effect is you failing the course and your GPA dropping drastically? Well, let's think about it otherwise. What if you passed the course with a D minus? Sure, you passed the course, your GPA will still drop, not as drastically, but it would. But what if next time you take the course again, you will already have preliminary knowledge, which will enable you, instead of passing with a D minus, to pass the class with a B plus, and therefore improving your GPA. Now, when we used this sense of rationality and positive thinking, when we eliminated irrationality by basically stating that some people did pass the course, so it is irrational for us to think that we only failed because the professor wants everybody to fail. We come to the conclusion that we turned all the negative thinking, negative emotions and thoughts into positive, constructive thoughts and emotions that you can use to your advantage to grow and succeed.